Hi, this is Marla Phillips. I'm going to go through in-class work assignment number 7 for the Risk and Failure Analysis course. In this particular assignment, the students are beginning the next scenario that is discussed in the failure analysis course, where they will be doing an investigation. So the first investigation that they did with the 2 untrained employees, we showed them what they should get and have them put it into the investigation report and do a little bit of thinking and investigating. This time we are showing them a scenario and asking them to kind of compile how would you put together the investigation report and do more of the investigative work. So we are progressing their maturity in the investigation process. So we asked them to get started on the investigation and to develop at least 4 questions that they want answered before continuing on in the investigation. So in order to show you an example of what they should have gotten, I'm reverting back to the class slides, because after the students complete the in-class work and submit it, then they have access to the next video, which shows them what they should have gotten. So these are those slides. And so as they fill out the deviation report, they would fill out the different sections, and you can see that there are different numbers here. These numbers that are numbers they have access to because they were given a lot of handouts associated with this class for reports and memos and SOPs and things like that. So we're looking for the students to be able to compile the list. They might miss some, and so you can comment on it, but as long as you're seeing that they're generally recognizing they have the UDs, which are the unexplained discrepancy forms, and maybe some memos and things like that at later points, that's okay. But then comment that they don't have the full list, that would be helpful. Okay, on the next slide, you can see, other information that they have access to, reports and documents. And so we want to see that they can include all of this information. It doesn't have to be as robust. It could be Inspector BBB and Pharmacist COD. It doesn't have to list all of the different report numbers. Okay, but as far as what the report should look like, they should start to compile what occurred. And so, as far as the event itself and having dates and who notified what, or who notified who, and what actually happened, just some semblance of a chronology or telling the story of what occurred. And so you can see that on this slide, as well as on the next slide. So the description of the event continues. Okay. It continues because there are multiple days. When in this particular situation, I'm not going to read this to you and take up your time, but you can read these slides, which are available to you. But you can see that a fiber was found in a syringe, and so it occurred on multiple different days, and so that's why there's different sections here and different dates. So then the next part of the assignment is, well, what questions would you have or do you have? And so you're basically looking at those to see if they're logical and showing curiosity. Here are just some examples of questions, and then also some answers that the instructor put together. So the rest of the slides are just the Q&A that they could have come up with, or to give you some idea of what the students could have thought of. So hopefully this is helpful to you, and thank you so much for your help in assessing what the students are doing and to give them some feedback that can help them learn.